Hi, I'm Gary White, and this is Quarantine Cocktails. And today I'm talking with Jeff Crowe with Heaven Hill Distillery in Bardstown. How are you?
I'm good, Gary. How are you?
Very well, thank you. And it is the first weekend in May, which normally that would be Derby weekend in Kentucky. It'd be a big time for the distilleries. But since Derby has been postponed until September because of the COVID-19 pandemic this year, we're not going to have Derby this weekend, but some people still may want the Mint Julep. That is the big key part of the Derby, right?
Absolutely. Everybody needs a mint julep tomorrow to celebrate, even if it's not Derby weekend here in Kentucky as it should be. The spirits of Kentucky still should be high because we're going to get through this, and we're going to get through this together.
Absolutely. And I can see you're dressed for the Derby there with your
hat. Well, I tried to pull some things together. You know, the great thing about Derby is you can wear anything with anything. It doesn't have to match. It just has to meet your personality and your expectations. So I didn't wear a bow tie, but other than that, I'm ready to roll.
Cool, great. And we are going to learn how to make a mint julep. Now, there's certain techniques to making a mint julep, but if you don't have everything at your house, which I didn't have everything, that would be ideal, but we're going to show you how you can still make it at home, even if you don't have all that stuff in your house. So, Jeff, will you walk us through what are the components to making a mint julep?
So you need a couple things, and you're exactly right. We don't want you to get in your car. We don't want you to go to the grocery. We don't want you out in public. That is the whole purpose of staying at home, to get healthy and stay healthy. So we're going to show you the things that we would normally use, but we can also talk about things that you could use in place of it. This doesn't have to be fancy. It is your cocktail in your home for you to enjoy. So normally you're going to need a great bottle of bourbon. We're going to use Evan Williams single barrel today. It's an 86.6 proof in the cocktail that I'm making. You choose the bourbon of your choice. If there's another Heaven Hill product or Evan Williams product you prefer, we'd love to see you use that.
I have Larceny for mine.
That'll work. That's perfect. It's a wheated bourbon. You'll love it. We also need some fresh mint. If you don't have fresh mint at home, a lot of places will sell a mint syrup that's already ready and go. So you may already have that at home. If you don't have that at home, don't be ashamed to get on your phone and Google how to make mint syrup for your mint julep without the mint. It can walk you through lots of things. Everything you can find on YouTube or Google. So you don't have to have fresh mint. It just is beautiful. Now, don't go outside and grab a big handful of grass just because you think the green will make it work. It's a little bit of a different aspect. You're going to need some ice. We prefer crushed ice. However, if you don't have an ice machine at home that will crush it, or you don't have a way to crush it, get you a Ziploc bag, fill it full of ice, get you a hammer out of your toolkit, and just beat the heck out of it and crush it up that way. Crushed ice works better to help get that freeze on the glass that you're going to want when you're making this product. You're going to need a spoon to stir it with. As you see, this is a special spoon. But now there's many a times in my life I've grabbed a good old butter knife out of the drawer and used it to stir with because it's slender and it will work the same way. So any kind of utensil that is food safe, you can use to make this mint julep. You're going to need a muddler, and that's what we're going to crush the leaves with. However, if you don't have this, get into your kitchen drawers, get out Mama's wooden spoon. It will work the exact same way. Or if you have something that's very shaped like this that you could use with it, it'll be perfect also. But make sure that it's food safe. Don't put something in that's not good for the food. If you don't have simple syrup, which is the sweetener of the product, there's good old sugar cubes. You can use a couple of sugar cubes. If you don't have sugar cubes, but you've got regular granulated sugar, 2 spoonfuls in, when you grind it up, you will be the only one that knows the difference. So just don't tell your secrets.
Wait. So that's all of our elements, right?
That's all the elements you need, and we can make it happen.
Absolutely. So why don't we get started, and if you can walk us through how we're going to make our mint julep. I'm going to use, like I said, Larceny. You're going to use the Evan Williams. We have some simple syrup. I have some mint, my muddler, all that kind of stuff. So just tell me what I need to do.
So do you have your cup in hand?
Okay.
So we're using a mint julep cup, which is what it's famous for, mint juleps. If you're at home, you don't have to have a mint julep cup. As I said, it's your cocktail in your home for you to enjoy. So it could be a mason jar. It could just be your favorite cup. It could be a red Solo cup. It's not preferred, but in these times, whatever works will work for this mint julep. So grab that cup. You have it in hand?
Yep. I got my cup. It's an old-fashioned.
You're going to grab a couple mint leaves. You don't need too many, 1, 2, 3, depending on the level that you want. You're going to take that mint and you're going to grind it. Now, we're not making mashed potatoes, Gary, so you don't have to beat it, or you just muddle it 1, 2, 3 times just to open up that flavor. You're going to take simple syrup or 2 sugar cubes or 2 teaspoons of sugar. I have the simple syrup here. We're going to add 1 ounce of that. Now you're going to take that muddler or your wooden spoon or whatever blunt object you have. You're going to muddle that about 5 more times, just so you'll be able to smell the mint. It's a great aroma, so you'll know that's going on. Okay. Now you're going to take 2 ounces of your favorite bourbon. As I said earlier, we were going to use Evan Williams Single Barrel 86.6. But since this is the celebration of the first weekend in May, which should be our Derby weekend, we are going to use our Kentucky Derby Festival Special Edition. It's 113 proof, so it's a little bit warmer, so the proof is higher. So I'm going to take 2 ounces of that. There you go. And Gary, you know, in Kentucky, if you need more than that in there, that's okay also. There's nothing wrong with that. So now you're going to take your ice, which is a key component for the mint julep. Make sure you wash your hands 20 seconds before you do this. You're going to put some ice in there, just enough to fill it about halfway full. Set that back down. You're going to take your spoon or your butter knife or whatever utensil we decided about. Now watch my glass as I stir. The more you stir it, you should see the outside of that glass begin to become frosty. You see that happening? You can see that happening on the side of the glass, so you can write your name on it. That's when you know that it's to the right consistency. Continue to stir. Sit that spoon down. Now, Gary, we're going to pack this with ice because the key to this is a lot of great ice. It's going to be hot out there on the Derby track or on your back patio or wherever you decide to celebrate this for this time of year. You're going to stick that spoon in there one more time, keep it packed down, stir it around a little bit. Pack it really good. How's yours coming, Gary?
It's coming good. Good.
Awesome.
Yeah. That's pretty simple.
Yeah, you got all that ice in there?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
You're going to take 1 piece of mint, which smells amazing, by the way. Now, just like anything else, to get a little bit of flavor out of it, you're going to smack it around, smash it between your hands, which I just dropped that one. Gary, we're going to start that over. You're going to smack it between your hands, slap it, just so you get that aromatic scent when you're tasting it. There you go. And in Kentucky, you know, we don't do anything without putting a horse in it. So we need a little bit of we need a horse in there with ours. And then you would drop a straw into it if you want a straw. Sometimes fun straws are the best. You can get them in a variety of colors. If you don't have a straw at home, you do not have to have a straw. But there is the Kentucky Mint Julep ready for the first weekend in May. And I'm not going to lie to you, Gary. I'm going to have a drink of mine. So it's fantastic.
Yes. Refreshing.
And Gary, I'm going to tell you, I even brought bourbon balls. You know, no cocktail's complete without a little bit of chocolate on the side. So Hershey bar, whatever you may have, you need to have a little bit of chocolate on the side for you.
And Heaven Hill has their own bourbon balls, right?
Absolutely. So these are our Evan Williams bourbon balls. Fantastic. It's a great compliment to the cocktail.
Good stuff.
So see, super simple. The whole key is about making sure you have plenty of ice, getting that muddled perfectly, and making sure you stir it just enough to get the glass good and cold, and it will stay cold for a while. So enjoy that.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. So that's walking us through how to make the mint julep on what would traditionally be Derby weekend, the first weekend in May, but now it's going to be in September, right? So maybe we'll have to make one again in September, right?
Hey, absolutely. And, you know, the mint julep, as I told you, it's your recipe at home. So if you love, you know, if you want to vary that and you want to make a blueberry mint julep or a strawberry mint julep, put some fresh fruit in the bottom when you muddle that mint. Do the same thing with the fruit before you add the simple syrup and the bourbon. And you can do all kinds of really fun things with the mint julep. I prefer the traditional one just because I think it brings back the memories and the excitement of Derby. So I think this is just the best way to do it.
Absolutely. And I want to mention that you are at the distillery now. The distillery is closed to the public, correct?
We are closed to the public. So I'm in our downtown location. I'm at the Evan Williams Bourbon Experience here on Main Street in downtown Louisville. We've been closed to the public since the second week in March. But we are doing a curbside sale today, a pop-up sale for the Kentucky Derby Festival bundle. They were able to go online and purchase this bottle They got this bottle of Mint Julep cup, a bottle of Mint Julep mix, some hand sanitizer, and a Kentucky Derby pen. So they could prepay for that online, and then we had curbside pickup. So we got here fairly early this morning. It's been very, very active out front. So the line looks a lot longer when you have to social distance 6 foot apart, but people have been so gracious and kind and followed the rules very, very well. So we're so grateful for them, and everybody have a great and safe Derby weekend.
Absolutely. Now, this is your first curbside delivery pickup option?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We have not done curbside during this pandemic, just for the safety of our staff and consumers. But we felt like this was a special weekend that people might want to have a special bottle at home to enjoy, to spend time with friends and family, whether it be by Zoom or video or FaceTime or whatever. So we opened up this morning, and as I said, it's been fairly busy.
And I don't believe you have any other scheduled just yet, but if something comes up, can they follow you on your Facebook? How would they get to know about it?
Absolutely. So you can follow us on the Facebook. There's one for the Evan Williams Bourbon Experience. There's also one for the Heaven Hill Bourbon Heritage Center in Bardstown, Kentucky. So we have 2 separate Facebooks for each of the centers. And anything we do that's going to go on sale or any kind of pop-up will be listed on those. We try to do it at least 2 days in advance on those Facebook pages. So just continue to watch.
Absolutely. And again, I've been talking with Jeff Crowe at Heaven Hill Distillery. We've been making our mint julep for what traditionally would be Derby weekend. And you have it there in the traditional cup. I have it in an old fashioned. You can make it lots of different ways to just make it. And you can also make it with a lot of different bourbons that Heaven Hill has to offer as well. And they're all good. Great. Well, thank you very much.
Gary, thank you so much. You have a great day. The weather outside is beautiful. I know you can't go out and hang out with friends, but just remember, stay safe, stay healthy, and stay apart so we can be together again soon.
Absolutely.
Happy Derby weekend.
Happy Derby weekend. Cheers.
Cheers.